So, coaches usually make adjustments if their team isn't doing so hot at halftime. And coming back from the break, Dan Fouts points out that USC needs to get their playmakers involved, which makes sense. Up until now, Reggie Bush hasn't been the Heisman Trophy winner that he had been all season. Maybe they should take the award away if he hasn't done that well. The other point is that the SC defense needs to pressure and tackle Vince Young, which, if you don't make that observation, you really shouldn't be a head coach. As for Texas, they're comfortably in the driver's seat, and their adjustments reflect that. Hang on to the ball and stay the course are both focused on minimizing mistakes. If they don't turn the ball over, that doesn't give USC any extra possessions to spark a comeback. And if the defense continues their first half dominance, then it'll be all she wrote. Look at this graphic. That's an incredibly small amount of rushing yards for a backfield that's averaged 234 per game this season. Also, look at that. The Longhorn D has sacked Leinart 3 times, and the USC D has yet to even come close to sacking Vince Young. So Texas punts, and look how happy old Bob is in the stands. Then a long pass to Wayne Jarrett that sets him up at the 22, and a delay of game penalty. That's always embarrassing. Oh wait, never mind, they called the timeout. Anyway, Lendale pushes the Texas defender into the oh my goodness. Touchdown on the next play.
He rams it into the end zone. Touchdown.
So Jamal Charles finally does something, and once again, Young decides to save some of that VY magic and doesn't easily score on this play. This pass is almost dropped. Man, they are leaning on Charles this drive, aren't they?
Reaches for it. Touchdown.
Wow, did you see that? I mean, that is an incredible dive for one. And another thing, look at the control to stay in bounds. So on the next USC drive, a wide receiver screen gets blown up, and I guess they liked what they saw because they run basically a more complicated version of that on the very next play.
Leinart passes away, goes to Steve Smith, and Smith started outside, came back.
Another big catch to Jarrett, just like on the last USC drive, sets up a 4th and 1. Now at this point, I want you to remember that both of the 4th down attempts prior to this one have failed.
4th down and 1 with White, the deep back. Big play here, folks. Goes to White, runs up the middle. That'll do it. Touchdown.
This one did not fail. To follow that Lendale White touchdown, Vince Young finally decides to use some more of that VY magic he used earlier in the second quarter and pulls this off.
Young wants to throw, going to take off. Look out! All the way to the 20-yard line before Keith Rivers can bring him down with help from Darnell Bing.
He basically flips the field here. And that's a good camera angle. Let's watch all of this.
50 yards rushing on the night for Vince Young in just 12 carries. He's come real close to busting this all the way to the end zone.
For the record, Dan, he's saving himself. So Ramonce Taylor promptly throws a couple yards away, only for Limas Sweed to pick up almost all of those yards back because the defender absolutely eats it here. Oh my. And after a completion for maybe a yard, Texas lines up for a field goal before letting the clock run out, thus ending the third quarter.
You can, as they come out and call time here.